When my wife said it, she didn't soften the words or lower her voice. She stood in the middle of her friends, wine glass raised, confidence borrowed from the circle around her. "We decided you're not my type, so we're done," she announced, smiling as if marriage were a group project she'd just quit. 18 years together. Dismissed by committee. Her friends watched me closely, waiting for anger, humiliation, tears. I surprised them by smiling. "Thanks for the group decision," I said calmly. Then I turned, picked up my jacket, and walked out without another word. Behind me, laughter followed, light and careless. They thought they'd won something. They thought silence meant defeat. Outside, the night air felt clean, sharp, honest. I didn't rush home. I didn't call anyone. I sat in my car and let the moment settle. That was the second my marriage ended and the first moment. My name is Lucas Hartman, and until that night I believed loyalty counted for something. I ran a mid-sized marketing analytics firm in suburban Illinois, steady contracts, predictable revenue, a life built on consistency. My wife, Erin, loved the image of success more than the work behind it. Her friends adored validation, gossip, and the power of opinions shared loudly. Over the past year, I'd felt myself shrinking in that circle, reduced to a prop they joked about. Erin laughed along. That night wasn't spontaneous. It was rehearsed, approved, performed. What they didn't understand was how carefully my professional life was structured. After a brutal partnership collapse early in my career, I learned to separate emotion from systems. Finances, ownership, leverage. Nothing left to assumption. Erin never asked questions. She assumed marriage meant access. Sitting in my car, I didn't feel rage. I felt resolve. People confuse humiliation with loss. They're different. The fallout began faster than I expected. Erin posted vague quotes online about outgrowing people, her friends commenting hearts and applause. By Monday morning, our mutual circles were buzzing. What none of them knew was that I'd already met with my attorney before the weekend. Not in panic, but in preparation. Years ago, my accountant and I had placed my firm's assets into protected entities, compliant, documented, boring. Erin's lifestyle was funded through shared allowances, not ownership. That distinction mattered now. I didn't empty accounts. I didn't retaliate. I simply stopped voluntary transfers and locked operational access. On Tuesday afternoon, Erin went to lunch with her friends, planning her victory lap. By Wednesday morning, her phone was blowing up with messages from banks and advisors. Smiles turned to confusion. Confusion turned to fear. She showed up at my office unannounced, eyes sharp, voice trembling. "What did you do?" she demanded. Her friends came next. One by one, messages arrived, confused, then hostile, then pleading. They accused me of being petty, vindictive, cruel. I didn't respond. I didn't need to. Facts speak slower but louder. Erin's access vanished. Her spending stalled. Her narrative collapsed under simple questions. Why were accounts separate? Why wasn't her name on ownership documents? Why did lawyers stop returning calls so confidently? The same friends who laughed that night stopped smiling. They stopped inviting her out. Accountability makes bad company uncomfortable. When Erin finally came home, she wasn't smirking. She was shaking. She demanded explanations in front of them, hoping for backup. None came. I handed her a folder she'd never opened before. Agreements. Structures. Years of planning. Silence replaced sarcasm. One friend whispered, "I didn't know." I nodded. "That's the problem with group decisions," I said. "They're usually made without understanding the consequences." They left quietly, their confidence. The legal process was brief once reality settled in. Erin's attorney adjusted expectations quickly. Threats faded. Negotiations shortened. She kept personal belongings, her car, and the comfort of telling herself she'd been wronged. She didn't get half of what she'd never helped build. Her friends distanced themselves, embarrassed by proximity to consequences. One tried apologizing to me. I thanked her and declined the conversation. I wasn't interested in rewriting the past. I was interested in ending it cleanly. Erin accused me of planning everything. I didn't deny it. I plan for independence, I said.
You plan for entitlement. That difference mattered.
Nights grew quieter. Mornings lighter. I returned to work focused, productive, unburdened.
The laughter I'd heard behind me that night never returned.
Instead, there was silence, the kind that forces people to face themselves without an audience. Erin moved out within a month. She left behind furniture, memories, finally ended. Life reorganized itself quickly after that. Without daily tension, my routine sharpened. Friends noticed the difference before I did. Erin tried controlling the narrative, but stories collapse when details don't align.
Her friends learned the cost of public cruelty.
Invitations dried up. Support vanished. The smiles that fueled her confidence became liabilities. She called once, asking if we could undo the damage. I told her nothing was damaged. Something was revealed. That distinction mattered. I learned that humiliation fades, but preparation lasts. People who rely on groups for courage rarely stand alone when consequences arrive. I didn't destroy her life.
I stopped protecting it from reality.
There's a difference most people only understand when it's too late.
The calm I felt walking away that night wasn't emptiness.
It was relief.
I no longer had to perform for an audience that thrived on disrespect.
Peace doesn't require applause. It requires boundaries. Months later, I ran into one of Erin's friends at a grocery store. She looked uncomfortable, hesitant, stripped of certainty. She apologized for that night, said they thought humiliating me would empower Erin. I thanked her for the honesty.
Power built on cruelty never lasts.
Erin moved to another city, chasing reinvention. I heard she tells the story differently now. Victimhood travels easily when accountability doesn't. I don't correct it. I don't need to.
The people who matter know what happened. More importantly, I know.
I rebuilt my life without spectacle. Work thrived.
Friendships deepened.
My confidence returned, not loudly, but steadily. The silence after walking away taught me something vital. Respect isn't negotiated in public. It's protected in private. When someone tries to end you in front of an audience, the strongest response isn't outrage. It's composure paired with action. Smiles fade quickly when consequences replace performance.
That night,
looking back, the most powerful moment wasn't leaving the room. It was smiling before I did. That smile told them everything they didn't expect to hear. That I wasn't broken. That group decisions don't intimidate someone who understands his worth. My wife thought public rejection was power.
Her friends thought unity meant immunity.
They were wrong. Power is preparation combined with restraint. It's knowing when to walk away and what to take with you. I didn't shout. I didn't beg. I didn't explain myself to people who enjoyed deciding my fate without consent. Walking away cost me a marriage that no longer respected me. What it gave me was something permanent. Peace, autonomy, and clarity. Their smiles faded because reality replaced performance. Mine stayed because I chose dignity over validation. Some endings are loud and messy. Others are quiet and devastating to those who underestimated you.
This was the second.